Yeah.
Just turn the recording on. Hopefully, Miss Alice will be here soon. Alice Thompson. I don't know. I think, yes, she's here. Hi, Alice.
Oh, good, because I get ready to say
hello, Alice. I'm going to make you co-host. And let's see if I can find you. Alice, are you hearing me?
Late.
She's on mute.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah, she's perhaps not ready quite yet.
Miss James, what is she supposed to be doing?
She's going to be informing you on all of DACL's resources for seniors. It's more like a Q&A.
Oh, that should be interesting. Yeah.
Hi, Deborah. I haven't seen you in a while. You're missing.
Greetings. So good to see you all.
And Juliet. Hi, Juliet. Ah, I see Miss Thompson now. She's.
How you doing?
Yes.
Miss Thompson. Underwood. Oh, I see it, Miss Thompson.
Where Miss Teresa go?
I don't know.
I'm here.
Oh, good.
I'm here. I'm just moving from. I have 3 different frames to move from.
Okay.
So
can you see Sharon Blake?
Okay, let me check. Sharon. Yep, Sharon Blake is on.
Thank you. Did she come?
And once Miss Thompson is ready, we'll mute everyone. And she's ready to take the mic.
Mute the whole class.
So we can give her our undivided attention.
We already did that, maybe late. What is it? Something after 1? Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. If you just joined, this afternoon we're having Alice Thompson, who is our presenter. She is a staff at DACL, Department of Aging and Community Living, and she's here to offering information as to what DACL does. And I'm going to hand the mic over to her. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone so that Ms. Thompson can take the mic. Okay?
Well, how are we going to answer questions?
Well,
you asked me the question, and I will answer it to the best of my abilities, especially about DACA. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
Everybody's with me?
Yes. Yes.
Hi. Hello to you all.
So
my name.
Hello.
Hi. So you all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I am Alice Thompson. Excuse me 1 second. Am I too? Because I got to talk. Is this bothering you all? You're loud. But I'm talking on the mic. I'm sorry. Okay. See, I have other people in the room, and we're in a very small room. So my name is Alice Thompson, and I am the team lead for the Department of Aging and Community Living. So this is our community outreach presentation, and we have one major telephone number, and that number is 202-724-5626. Now, I think almost everyone is on an iPad, right? So I don't have to put the number up on the screen. Is that correct?
Correct.
And listen, we have 60 people here. My lucky day. Okay, so our call center number is the number that you would use.
Pamela, give me a pencil and pen.
All right. You are ready? Okay, you ready? So if you all have to ask someone a question in your household, just put yourself on mute, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the Department of Aging and Community Living, we are the agency for anyone that has a disability age 18 and up, and our seniors start at age 60. And all of our resources, all of our services are for folks that live in the District of Columbia only. Everybody got that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so if you want to reach out to me, if you know, say for instance, I talk about something and you think you're interested in it, my cell phone number is up here, and my email address is alice.thompson@dc.gov.
Yes.
And my that's my email, and my cell phone is 202-288-5330. Okay.
202.
288-5330. And I am alice.thompson@dc.gov. How are you doing today, Miss Walls?
Fine, thank you.
Great. Okay. So the mission of the Department of Aging and Community Living, so our mission is to advocate, plan, implement, and monitor programs and services, health, to promote services for the elderly, and to promote, we are really concerned about your independence, right? Your independence, your dignity, and if you have caregivers, we care about your caregivers. Okay. So, we're concerned about any abuse, neglect, or exploitation. And so when we talk about abuse or neglect or exploitation, how many people have heard of APS? That's the Adult Protection Services. How many people have heard of it? Just throw up some hands. Okay, so let me tell you why it's so important. So APS used to be kind of an independent agency. They were with another agency, and the mayor, when she decided to make DACA, we used to be called the DC Office on Aging. Everybody familiar with that name? We are now the Department of Aging and Community Living. So when she made us a department, she said that we would be a complete department. And APS was ordered to come with us, say back in I think it was about 2014. They said no, not the agency, but the director, the doctor that was running the program, she did not want to come to DACA. So when the mayor became the mayor of the District of Columbia, she says, yes, you will. So we now have APS, which is a good thing because it allows us to let them know if we hear something in the community, right? And since most of our seniors automatically know how to contact DACA, it's a win-win for them because APS is located inside of DACA. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So who we are, the District of Columbia, and I told you all that, we provide programs and services for residents age 60 and over, and any person that's 18 and up with a disability and their caregivers.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We also have events that you can attend. So we try to host and publicize virtual events, just like this is virtual. We try to publicize, and what you can do, say for instance, if I put up an event for Hattie Holmes Senior Wellness Center, and you happen to look at our website, all you have to do is call Hattie Holmes and say, hey, I'm not a member, but is it okay if I join? Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
we want to make sure, that's what virtual means. We want to make sure that you can sign on, even though you're not a member. Just a polite thing to do. If you see the email or the link, just join us that way, and that's what you can do. And the same with you all's events. If people want to join your event, especially if they see my calendar, they would ask me, and who would I ask? I would ask Teresa. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty. So now we're talking about APS. APS, Adult Protection Services. We have a hotline, and that hotline number is, and I want you all to write this one down. The hotline number is 202-541-3950. And I'm going to give you some ideas about what we consider a person that's in trouble and they need APS. Okay. And so, like I was telling you, when the Office on Aging became the Department of Aging, and what was that, please? Oh, okay. So
Excuse me, can you repeat that number, please?
Oh, okay. Hold on for a second. That number is 202-541-3950.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll make sure that I put it in the chat before, when the program is basically over, and also my contact information. And so the mayor announced that the Adult Protection Services will become a part of DACA. And so, as I said, we have a hotline. Now, what does APS do? APS protects seniors from self-neglect. How many people know what self-neglect is? Give me an example.
I can figure it out. I don't know what it is.
Okay, go ahead, figure it out.
Mistreat them. It's like when you don't take care of yourself, like you're not down.
Right, that's correct.
Neglecting to eat well.
And anybody else have an idea?
Neglecting to eat.
Not having enough food in the house, not being able to go to the store.
Can't wash yourself properly.
Oh yeah, can't take care of your personal hygiene.
People can't get in the house because you got too much stuff piled up.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me stop
yeah. So yeah, they would need that, but self-neglect is when a person is not taking care of themselves, they're not bathing. They used to have a well-kept home, and all of a sudden you see trash sitting outside. You may even see a toilet stool sitting on their porch, or they don't come out. Nobody can reach them. They won't communicate with anybody, and something is wrong. And they walk down the street and their hair's all over the head. You say, hey, what's up with Mrs. Smith? So that's a form of self-neglect. And also, APS protects seniors from abuse by family members, such as taking unauthorized funds from checking accounts, savings accounts, credit cards, or bonds. Have anybody had a problem with, say, for instance, you may have had a caregiver. The caregiver was supposed to go to the store and buy you $25 worth of grocery, but you found out that she spent $50. And the way that you found out is that you looked at your bank card. Was she authorized to do that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so a lot of times with abuse, you may have a family member and you trust them, you ask them to take care of your credit card debts, pay your mortgage for you, pay your utilities. And all of a sudden, you tell them, well, I want you to take $500 out the bank for me. Instead of taking $500 out for you, only, they take 500 out for themselves too. And most of the time, the only way that you're going to really know is that if the bank lets you know. A lot of times, because first of all, you have somebody doing this work for you, so it's apparent that you can't do it yourself. But like my mother was an exceptional woman. She became immobile, but she kept a book. She knew every dime that she loaned someone, but everybody doesn't do that. So that can become a problem. But how APS will protect you, they're going to ask you who the person was. The average parent is not going to say it was my son or it was my daughter. So the only way that you can clear it up and get your money back is that you got to contact the bank. You have to contact the bank, and the bank is going to say, who was it? And you will probably say, I don't know. I don't know what happened. And they would consider that fraud. But the real factor is that when this happens to households, they will not tell the truth about what happened to the money. Most of the time, they know what happened to it. It was a family member. And that's where APS steps in. But the only way APS can step in is you have to do what? You have to contact them and tell the truth. So that's what you have to do. And there's another factor of knowing that something is wrong with a senior woman, and it could be a man too. Say, for instance, if you lost your spouse and all of a sudden you just dragging around, and then this young man comes over because he knows you, he knew your husband, and he says, Miss Smith, I'll help you cut your grass. Miss Smith, do you need me to wash your car? And so what is he doing? Is he being kind, or is he setting her up?
Setting her
up. Oh, yeah, you are smart. You all are really smart. So let me tell you, I could tell you a true story. There was a lady that I knew. She used to work out on campaigns with me. Her husband died. And she said she was lonely. Next thing I knew, she told me about this fireman that was coming to see her. I said, what do you mean he's coming to see you? Then she tells me, well, you know, he's 41, I think. I say 41. Now keep in mind, she was over 80. And then, yes, and this is true. Then she started telling me how he said he loved her, but he said, if you want me to stay with you, and I swear this is true. He said, if you want me to stay with you, you're going to have to put your house in my name. This is the truth. And she called me up and crying, telling me, I just don't know what to do. I said, what do you mean you don't know what to do? Well, I don't want to lose him, but I don't know what to do. I said, you tell him that Alice Thompson told you that she will contact the fire chief, Kenneth Ellaby, if that guy is not out of your house by tomorrow.
How about today?
Well, we gave him until tomorrow, and guess what? He left. But of course, he did. Yes, he left. But she was mad with me, and I told her, that's okay if you're mad with me. But I could have reported her to APS, but I didn't want to cause her that type of embarrassment. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, number one, she knew better, right? But I didn't want to embarrass her, so I told her, you hurry up and tell him, otherwise I'm going to report it. And so she got it straightened out. And so APS does a lot, so don't feel afraid to call them. I mean, you know, and even if you see a neighbor that you know and they don't seem to be acting right, all you had to do is call a what? What did I tell you all about a particular number? What number was that for?
The hotline.
The hotline. You just call the hotline and say, I know a neighbor and she lives at 222 2nd Street. I see strange people around her house, and I feel like something's going on. And then here's another scenario. It could be a young person that has a disability, right? His parents died, left him with a house, car, money in the bank. But one thing that they didn't take care of, what was it that they didn't take care of?
Right.
Didn't
Find somebody in that person.
exactly. They didn't make sure that he had a court appointed attorney to make sure that everything was taken care of. So that happens too. And that happened in my neighborhood. There was this young man, everybody was running in and out of his house because his parents had died. And they almost wiped him clean until APS stepped in. I guess they were the ones that stepped in, and he got a court.
Excuse me. What was that APS telephone number?
Okay. Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
I had to go back a couple slides. Wait a minute. I have it.
It's 202.
It's 541.
551. I got the 202. What was the rest of it?
Let me just go back. Let me just go back.
3950.
Okay, write this down. Write this down. 202. 541.
Okay.
3950.
Thank you very much.
Now, are you in your backyard, or is that a screen you have up? Mrs. Green.
That's the screen. That's the
Miss Green, you are so hip. You know how to do all these things. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful.
Miss Alice, I went through the same thing with a neighbor.
You
her
did?
name was Miss Verdell. It hurt me to my heart. Me and her daughter went to school together. And the people that in my building, they live on the ground floor. They used her so bad. They got credit cards in her name.
Oh yeah.
They had got a truck and an Equinox, both of them. They was alcoholics and they were crackheads.
Oh wow.
They used to throw food and stuff out on our front. I live in a condo.
Right.
So they had got all this stuff. So I did manage to get in touch with her daughter in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, that was good.
So I got in touch with Jean to let her know what was going on. So they got polices and everything in their family. They run through their family.
So
So when she came down here, she said, "Tawana, come here, let me show you something. You see this paperwork?" I said, "Yeah. This is all the paperwork. They done stole everything from my mother."
My gosh.
They got cars, trucks, redid their apartment downstairs, everything. So they managed to get the car and stuff back. So when they was getting drunk and everything, he threw a can of peas in the back of the Equinox. So this particular morning I was going to work. I was working then.
Right.
Did you see anybody hit that car? He told the police. The police said, "No, you did that." Because they were both crackheads. He knew he did it.
So did they arrest him?
So they got put out.
But what about the person's money?
They confiscated the money. She got all her made sure she got the whole family came down.
Oh, great. Well, that's
from
a great
California, from Atlanta, Georgia, to where everybody was from. They came down. They went to the courts. So they got half of her money back, but we know they got the car. We didn't know about the truck apparently because he was trying to hide that truck.
Right.
So I'm quite sure they got paid for it.
Yeah.
And she was just lonely. She wanted friends.
I know.
And it hurt me to my heart to see these singers. And I'm on my way to a scene. But the best with these singers out here from 70 on up is I got a problem with that.
Not just 70, 60 too.
Yeah, I'm 64.
Yeah.
It's a problem with that. When they beat that old man up and took his money.
Right.
You know, that's not right.
No, it's not. And I'm glad you said something because see, that's the important thing that APS try to stress. And you hear this everywhere. It could be the police, it could be FBI, it could be airports. If you see something, say something, right?
Yeah. One of.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to do.
But the DACL has a DACL has a chit chat line if people just lonely and want.
Wait a minute. Who's the speaker here? It's me. Let me tell you about the call and talk. I'm gonna get to that. Thank you for that. All right. So
she's doing good now. She's doing very well now.
Good. Okay, so now we're going to talk about our senior wellness centers. How many people utilize our senior wellness centers?
Yeah, it's one on the.
Hi, Miss Moore, you go. Okay.
Hi, baby. I go to Hayes.
You go to Hayes?
Yes, I do.
Can I see your face? I work at Hayes.
Yes, I know you do, and I'll show you my face.
All right, let me see your face.
Let's see. How do I show you? You come to the Golden Rule Plaza too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I think I know who you are now. I know who you are.
Okay. How do I show you my face? Because I turn that thing. Oh, here you go. Here you go.
Turn your camera. Hi, I knew that was you. Hi.
Hi, Alice.
How are you?
I'm good,
sorry,
Alice.
How are you?
Good
you doing
to see
fine?
you, baby.
Thank
Look
you.
forward to you coming back.
You'll have somebody there on the 15th, but I won't be there. I'll be out of town, but it'll be Transport DC and Metro Access.
Alice, can I ask you later on about Transport DC? Because I'm disappointed.
Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay,
honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alice.
All right. Thank you.
I have one from Congress Heights.
Oh, you go to Congress Heights?
Yeah, when I get somebody to help me fill it out because my eyesight, you know.
Wait a minute. You don't have it. Can you go to Congress Heights and ask them to help you?
Yeah, when I get a ride.
Oh, you don't have the connector card? You know, you can get, did you know you could get Metro Access if your vision is poor? Did you know that?
Yeah, but I gotta go downtown for that, right?
No, you have to fill out an application because you cannot use Transport DC unless you have a Metro Access card.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to, I'm gonna have Reggie Ward, Tawanda, you Tawanda, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tawanda, let me get your telephone number real quick. And
okay.
I'm gonna have Reggie reach out to you. Now look, folks, I can't take everybody's telephone number for different situations, but I'm taking hers because she has a visual problem, okay? All right, what's your number?
202 710
202 710 4330, and you're Tawanda.
I have a car.
You have a Metro Access card?
No, I have a 2008 Chevy Impala.
Oh, you have a vehicle?
Yeah.
So you're driving and you need somebody to help you fill out paperwork. How does that work?
I can drive, but only certain time. If the sun is not out, I can drive a little bit between like 5 and 6. But when it get dark, I can't drive.
Yeah, because you have glaucoma.
Yeah. Not only that, I had a chemical spilled in my right eye.
Okay, I got you.
Right now, they keeping the vision going in my left eye.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about that. So let's move on. So we have senior wellness centers, one in Ward 1. We have the Bernice Fontenay, 3531 George Avenue. We also have UDC because some people do live in wards 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have UDC.
Right, I'm in 7.
Okay. So we have the Hattie Holmes Senior Wellness Center. We have Model Cities. We have Hayes Senior Wellness Centers where the Department of Aging and Community Living is located. And we have the Washington. We have the Washington Senior Wellness Center and Congress Heights. So those are
That's
senior
the one
wellness.
on Alabama Avenue,
yes,
right?
ma'am. And you can join one senior wellness center and you will be a member of all of them. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So
yes,
once,
it does.
once you get get your membership and your doctor's certification that you can come in and exercise. You can go to anyone that you want to.
Yeah, I have to do the exercise anyway because I have a spine problem in my upper back.
Okay. So now we're gonna talk about the EPD waiver. So the EPD waiver, what does that sound like to you? What do you think it means? What do you think the purpose is? EPD waiver. You can almost see it up on the screen. Tell me, folks, what does it mean to you?
If you don't qualify for Medicaid, there's a way for you to spend down so you can't qualify.
Okay, so the EPD waiver is for anyone, listen to me, folks, anyone that's 18 to 64 that have a disability or over 65, and they have a DC Medicaid provider. That means that they have to have a DC Medicaid provider in Washington, DC. And you can't have more than $4,000. But the whole purpose of EPD waiver is to have someone to help you with your day-to-day daily living chores. How many people know what daily living chores are? What do you think it means? Okay, go ahead.
Of daily living.
What does it mean?
Activities of daily living.
What does it mean?
Your daily chores to take care of your meal, being able to bathe yourself, being able to basically take care of yourself.
Yeah, bathing, clothing, feeding, dressing. And one of the biggest factors is being able to take your medication, because if you're not well and you don't have anybody helping you, how can you take your medication? How do you know if you're taking the right ones? What happens when your prescription runs out, right?
Right.
And so that's very important. So if you think you qualify, you cannot have an income that exceeds $2,523 a month. And so keep in mind, folks, this is going to go up. And the reason why I'm saying it is because of inflation. So do you all remember in January when the president gave seniors on Medicaid and federal retirees a 5.9% increase, inflation increase? Well, that's the reason why these particular services that we have went up in funds, because this used to be $23.82. So that's quite a bit of extra money that allows people that were on the borderline of qualifying, but they didn't qualify because their income was a little too high. So now it's up to $25.23. So that helps a lot of people that couldn't qualify in January 2021. They can qualify there. So it's very important to have a caregiver if you need it. Okay.
That was my grandmother's caregiver.
Is that net or gross?
That's gross.
Gross.
Yeah, they go by gross. All these things go by gross. Okay, so any questions on the EPD waiver?
I cannot enjoy EPD waiver.
What was that?
I cannot enjoy EPD waiver because my income is above 25.
No, ma'am, it's 25-23 now. What is your income?
20.
This is personal. Now you don't have to give out your income, but let me just say this to you. If your income does not exceed 25-23, you qualify.
Yeah, well, my income exceeds that, so I cannot enjoy it.
Okay.
So is that monthly 25? Is that for every month?
Yes, ma'am. 20. But do you need a caregiver?
Yes, I need a caregiver.
And you don't have one?
Because yes, I have one that comes in for 3 hours.
So you had to pay, it's out of pocket for you.
No, it's not. It's out of Department of Aging.
Okay, so
I mean, it's like home care partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you must have qualified for the QMB, or you're paying for it yourself.
Well, I had the QMB, but I called up and they said that it ended in 2018.
Okay. And you didn't try to get recertified?
I didn't know how to go about getting recertified.
Okay, so I need to know, is this Miss Blackman speaking?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Miss Blackman, I just need to know, are you over 2523 or are you under?
The income.
Your income, your monthly income.
Over.
Okay, so
over.
So you have a caregiver, but what I'm saying is if you have a caregiver right now, that means you're paying for it. Because you said they come in 3 hours, and what is that, about 2 days a week?
3 days a week.
Yeah, so that means that that's coming out of your funds. You have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay for it if you are over income. Okay.
I have a question, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Question too.
What is the income if you married and if you worked in the federal government, but you didn't get Medicare at 65?
If you didn't get Medicare Part A?
Any part of it, because let me explain it. My sister she was forced retirement when she was in her 50s.
Okay.
Now her and her husband is 78 and 80.
Okay.
So they don't have Medicare because they can't afford it.
Okay, but let me say this to you. Okay, so let me explain to you that on the QMB program to get Medicare Part B, a husband and wife can have a joint income of, I think it's $45.96. Now, if their income exceeds $45.96, then they don't qualify.
But do they have to have Medicare?
If they want to get Medicare, they would have to pay the premiums themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do understand that.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Medicaid will pay your Medicare premium if you qualify, but you have to qualify. That means that for one person, you cannot make more than, I think it's $24.25, and for a two-person household, it's $4,500 and roughly about $96. But I need you all to hold on because I want to quote some exact figures because I want to make sure that you all fully understand what I'm saying, okay? Because I have the slide, but I need to make sure that the slide is here. Let me check this slide for a minute.
Okay.
All right, hold on for 1 second. Okay, that's the state health insurance. Hold on for 1 minute. Okay, it was on this slide, but for some reason I must be on the wrong slide. Hold on for 1 second, okay?
All right.
Okay, I'm back. So with the QMB, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the QMB before January 2022, one person could only have a monthly income, and that's gross. Everybody got that? It was 3240. Okay, 3240. So with the new rate, it's 34. It's roughly about 34.18. Okay, that's for the QMB. And what happens? Medicaid will pay for your Medicare card. The Medicare monthly payment is roughly $170 a month. Right. So in order to qualify for a Medicare card, you must have paid into Medicare Part A. Does everybody have that? If you don't have Medicare Part A, you cannot qualify for Medicare Part B. Everybody got that?
Right.
Okay. So now, for a two-person family, husband and wife right now, it is $4,500 and roughly about $96. So for the two people that you were talking about, I don't know whether it was you or someone else, if their income exceeds, let's just put it like this, if their income exceeds $4,500 and say $70 a month, they would not qualify.
Right, I got that.
Okay, so they would not qualify.
Right.
Okay.
But they must have Medicare Part A.
You must have Medicare Part A.
I got that.
Okay.
Okay.
You must have paid into Medicare Part A.
I got that.
Okay. And so the great thing about this program, say for instance, it could be you and you qualify for the QMB, okay, Medicare Part B, and you're paying Medicare Part B out of your Social Security money, which would be roughly $170 a month. This money will be returned to your Social Security or whatever kind of check it was coming out. It may take about 2 months, but you would get that money back. And so that's the great benefit of qualifying for this program.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
What about if your medical bills exceed, what if your medical bills exceed the amount that you normally would pay out for your care? And couldn't you get a spin down for all your medical bills and let you know that you?
Yeah, that's the whole purpose now. Okay, so now the spin down comes if, say for instance, for one person, your income is $26.50, where it's supposed to be $25, $23, right? And your income is $26.50, but you have so many medical bills that when they do the spin down, it probably puts you even lower than the $25, $23. So you will qualify for the EPD waiver. Okay, so now this is under the EPD waiver. Okay, any more questions on that? And yes, of course, yes, go ahead.
If you're over, if you are above that one person and the income is above that, is there any agency within the District of Columbia that will assist you without?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No. See, you have to realize that Medicaid is paying, and the reason why Medicaid is doing this so that they can help people that have a certain income. So if your income is over that's just like somebody that may have an income of $5,000 a month, and they're like, oh gee, I don't want to pay Social Security $170. And can someone help me? So the answer is no. The answer is no.
Miss Alice, a question.
Yes.
No, I'm thinking about getting some assistance to help take care of a person that's not able to take care of themselves, but financially.
Does that person have do they have any income?
They have their annuity, but their annuity is over what you specified. Their annuity is over that, but it's not to the point where she
see, are they on Social Security?
No.
Okay.
No.
So see, with a situation like that, I mean, I have to give you an example of my mother. My mother had to pay, my mother ended up being amputated because she had diabetes, right? My mother was a commissioner with the old office on aging for over 20 years. She worked with 4 mayors. Okay. But my mother's income was over what they allowed for the EPD waiver. So she had to pay for everything. When she went into the nursing home, she went into Johnson's nursing home. Wait a minute. It's the Johnson's, I can't even think of the name of it now. They closed, but it was the 3700 block of Upton Street. She had to pay for everything. She had her first doctor bill after, because Medicare only lets you stay in 30 days. After that 30 days, it's on you. And I remember writing a check for almost $50,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Miss Alice, question.
Yes.
If you do the I am below the amount. But
okay. For which program, ma'am? Is it the EPD waiver or the QMB?
I'm at the QMB level.
Okay. Do you want to get the QMB? You want to qualify for the QMB program?
I already qualified for the QMB. Let me form my question.
Okay.
I didn't want to do EPD waiver because I have a disabled child. And as I understand it, if you go on the Medicaid, on the straight Medicaid, they will do a clawback. So when you die, they could force your heirs to sell your property.
That's correct.
So I have a house, and I said, well, I'll do without until I just can't do that.
Well, let me say this to you. If you trying to will your house to someone, it has to be done 5 years before your body even thinks about getting sick. Does that make sense to you?
It's already been done 17 or 18 years before.
Okay, so you've taken care of that.
Yeah, I've taken care of that. I just I had someone to come in like about 5 years ago, twice a week, but I haven't had it in a while. And that's why I was reluctant to do EPD waivers, because number one, I didn't need as much help as some people would want.
Okay, but can I say something to you?
I didn't want my condo to be clawed back.
Can I say something to you?
Go ahead.
If you already have someone, if you have already willed your house to someone, right? You've already willed it to someone, and so you can use the EPD. Somebody has to turn off something. Okay, so can you hear me now? Hello?
I hear you fine.
Yes. Okay. So if you have already willed your home, you can qualify for the EPD waiver as long as your income is not over 2,000.
Not yet.
All right, folks. I'm trying to answer her question. So you will qualify as long as your income is not over the $2,523. What the government will do upon your death, they're going to take off the money that you owe them, but it doesn't mean that they can take your whole property. You follow me? It means that they want you to pay them the amount of money that they spent, and that's only fair, right? But with the EPD waiver, if you haven't willed your property to someone, they can force the sale, and especially if they've been taking care of you for 10, 15, 20 years, that's a lot of money. Does that make sense?
Well, it tells me not to do it. Okay.
Well, but this is what I want to say to you. You have to think about your health first, right? You have to think about the fact that you need someone to help you. So it's nice to have a house, and it's nice to be able to leave a property to someone, but the people that you're leaving the property to, are they helping you right now? Or do you need a caregiver to come in? You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, so you have to think about you. If you're not, if you don't have somebody to help you, how is that helping you? You know, my niece gonna get my house, so what? You know, that helps her, but it doesn't help you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Ann Rollins, and
Hi, Ann.
I want to know, in reference to getting on QMB and EPD,
yes,
how much savings can you have in the bank?
Okay, so for the QMB, they are not talking about how much money you have. The QMB is, do you qualify? That means, is your income no more than, for one person,
30?
No, it's 40. What is it? It used to be 3240. Now it's 4,000 and no, hold on, I'm sorry. It's 3418 now. Okay, that's for one person. For two persons, it's 45. It's roughly about 45.96. So that's for two people. So with the QMB, your savings or checking account cannot exceed $4,000.
Okay.
So you can't exceed that.
Okay, the question that I have about the your checking account is, like,
checking account cannot exceed 4,000 either.
So it's 4,000.
But that's for the EPD waiver. That's not for the QMB. That's for the EPD.
There's no asset for the QMBI, right?
No, they're not asking for that. They're just saying that you cannot have an income more than, or they like to use.
They don't care about savings,
right? They like to use the term up to. Okay, so it's up to one person, 3418.
And two people, 45.96.
40, roughly about 45.96. Don't quote me on it, because I gotta. Next time I do an event, I have to make sure I got the. For some reason, some of my PowerPoint slipped out.
Okay, so but with QMD, the savings, there's unlimited savings.
Unlimited savings.
I mean,
first of all, okay, for the person that's going to qualify for the QMB, they may not have unlimited money in the bank. You know, they're making it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're not putting a cap saying you cannot have more than $5,000 in the bank, or you cannot have more than $6,000 in the bank. But on the EPD waiver, your countable income, that's income that you can show proof that you're making, You cannot have more than $2,523 a month.
Okay. That's for the EPD.
That's the EPD waiver. So
okay, 2,523. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Income. I'm sorry I was late, but
oh no, it's not a problem. You know, that's why we're here. We want to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, and so when you reach out to DACA, I guess some of you have probably taken notes on programs that you're interested in. So you would make sure that you write down the name. But if, like I said, if anybody thinks that they qualify for the QMB, they could send me an email because I help the state health insurance office. I help them by sending them people that qualify for the QMB. And so if I am to help you, I'm going to need your full name, your date of birth, your
Social Security.
No, we don't want your Social Security, your email address, if you have one, your telephone number, your address, a copy of your A of the program. And if you're already paying for Medicare Part B, so I'm gonna need your Medicare Part A card. So and so how you would copy that, if you know how to use a cell phone, you take a picture of your Medicare Part A card. And folks, if you're already paying for Medicare Part B, you take a picture of your B card. And once you are qualified, in about 2 months, you will see where your Social Security check may have been, let's say $1,100. It will now be $1,170.50. Okay, so you'll get your money back. So Medicaid is the one that's paying for this program, and the whole purpose of the program is to help seniors. And think what you can do with $170 a month. You could buy 2 dresses, maybe even 3, depending on where you shop. You could buy your groceries. It can help you with your Pepco bill. It can help you with your gas bill. So that's the purpose of it, to help you out. That's the purpose.
Can I change the subject for a minute?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you may.
I get free medical transportation through Senior Med Express on Yellow Cab.
Yes.
I need a wheelchair accessible vehicle.
You just let them know.
Well, no, ma'am. I'm trying to say there's been a shortage. I go to physical therapy twice every week, and for 2 weeks straight, they didn't have any vehicles.
Okay, so let me tell you what you have to do in a situation like that. You have to call Metro Access, because there's no way that you could use Yellow Cab or the Senior Express if you didn't have a Metro Access card. So Metro Access, that's what they use all the time, is wheelchair.
I understand that, but there are times I don't have money to pay Metro Access. So I'm trying to find out, is there any other program I can get to where I can get free medical transportation?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, why don't you call me and give me your, let me do it like this. I'm gonna tell you what the connector card's income is. Okay. Group 1, the max income is $12,139. That's the max income per year. That means that the customer contributed $0. Somebody's just hugging this cat. Somebody contributed $0, and the program will put $100 on your card. This card is used only for transportation. Anybody got that? Okay, so
Connector card.
That's the connector card. So if your income is, say for instance, if you're in group 3 and your income is $13,961, and your max income is $15,781, you would have to pay $32, and the program will pay $38. But now I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom.
Is that yearly? Is that yearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to explain with the connector card is for the benefit. The folks that benefit the most from our connector card are the folks that have the lowest income. Does that make sense? That means that you have an income of almost no more than $100 a month.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So now when we go all the way down to group 10, you can have an income of $26,707. You would have to contribute $70, and the DACL program will contribute $30. So in answer to your question, you can't afford to pay Metro Access. Now, you have to ask yourself, do I qualify for a connector card? And I've already given you the incomes. You don't have to tell us because that's your business and your income.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Okay.
So
how would I go about getting a connector card?
Okay, so in order to get a connector card, you're going to call 202 420 7534 for more information.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And that will probably be Yellow Cab that's answering it. So Yellow Cab is handling this part of the connector card with us. Seabury also has a connector card, but Yellow Cab is doing all new participants.
Okay.
Did that help you?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks so much.
Great. I'm happy.
I have a connector card. I have a connector card.
You do?
Yes, it's very good.
Very good.
I just gotten it, but I used it last month for my birthday.
Oh, great.
And I went to the movies and back in the lift.
See, that was wonderful too,
I had
right?
money left over.
That's great.
Money left over.
I wish I could say that. I always use it up.
So connector card, something like a Metro Pass.
The connector card.
It's a Visa card.
It's a Visa card, but you're only supposed to use it for transportation.
Right. So you
and if you found using it going into the grocery store, they're gonna take it from you.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So
I have a question.
Are we clear on those services?
Yeah, I have a question, please.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you mentioned that when a person passes, if they own a home, the state can go after.
Yes, if they were under the EPD waiver.
Right, but what I'm referring to is if a person doesn't have like full Medicaid, they only have QMB and they are a renter.
They can't go after your home if you're a renter, because first of all, being a renter.
But can they go after the estate, like any bank accounts that have been left to family?
Well, I'm going to tell you, DC is going to find a way to get their money.
Okay? Take out your insurance.
They're going to find a way to get their money. They're going to find a way to get some money, maybe not all money, but they're going to find a way to get some money.
And that's for the EPD waiver.
Yes.
Okay, because we had a guest speaker, I believe it was last month, and I asked the same question, and he said that the state going after your estate only applied in the instance where you had full Medicaid and when you owned a home. Not
you had to own a home, and this home is really not your home.
Right.
You are renting it, so you couldn't use that home to qualify or not qualify because it was not yours.
Right, but I'm not, I guess I didn't phrase my question properly. Right. I'm referring to if a person passes, they don't have full Medicaid, they only have QMB, and they are a renter, but they have like some money in a bank account that has been left to their relatives. Does the state?
I don't think they will bother that. No.
Okay.
No. If you have if you have the Medicaid, and you use the EPD waiver and you own a home, and because what happens when, let me explain to you what happens when you apply for the EPD waiver. If you can't show that you have already willed your home to someone, and the documentation's got to reflect 5 years from this very day, okay? They make a note of that. They take, and you have to sign off on that.
Right, but I'm not referring to
so
EPD.
Then that doesn't apply to you.
Right, so only QMB and a renter, then they can.
Don't even use the word QMB. This is for the EPD waiver.
Yeah, but I'm not referring to that. I'm specifically asking if a person has only QMB and they are a renter, does the state go after the bank account?
Okay, no, but see, the QMB was basically to provide you with a service, which was the Medicare Part B card.
Right.
So no.
Okay.
Okay. But see, you threw another equation and they're talking about this home that and you were renting it. But see, if you're renting, they can't attach anything to a rented home anyway.
Right, but I'm referring to the bank account.
No, they would not bother your bank account.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Miss Jones.
Hi, Miss Jones.
Okay, I have thank you. And that have QMB.
Yes.
And state Medicaid.
But
they're getting ready to move to
Maryland.
Maryland.
Okay, so the programs that you have, you can't take them into Maryland. You have to now get Maryland's QMB, Maryland's EPD waiver. You know they're not transferable.
So who do you call in?
You have to call Maryland's Department of Aging, and you need to let the district state health insurance program, and the person that runs that program, his name is Chris DeYoung. You need to let them know that you're moving, because you're not supposed to use those cards in Maryland. They're DC based.
So what is their number? So
okay, hold on for a second. The DC State Health Insurance Assistance Program, they call it SHIP, and that helpline is 202-727-8370, and email SHIP is email. Oh, okay, so the email is ship.daca@dc.gov, and tell them that you are moving to Maryland, and ask them to tell you what agency in Maryland you can connect with so that you don't lose your service.
Okay, well, they don't have a computer or nothing.
Oh.
So they will call the 727-8370.
And when is this person moving?
I guess September.
Okay, well, because you're not going to be able to use that card in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Can you repeat the email address?
Then they have to find doctors that's...
Yeah, because it has to be our EPD waiver have a DC Medicaid provider. So that means in Maryland, and folks, let me tell you, DC is $2,523. In Maryland, it's much lower. Much lower. Silver Spring, I have a friend, her mother was trying to get an EPD waiver. She couldn't earn more than $1,600 a month. So it's much lower. DC has better programs, and you can have a higher income in order to qualify.
Is that because we're not a state?
It's because the District of Columbia, we care about our seniors. I don't think it has. I don't think it has anything to do with us being a state.
Yeah,
so,
some states don't want their people to have stuff. They want them to work until they drop. Georgia's Medicaid is $484. They just don't want their people to have it.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously everybody can't move into the district, but if you don't have to go, I would suggest that you don't leave DC.
That's why they busing people in from Texas. They trying to get them up here.
Yeah, but
they really ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah, but so anyway, that's it.
Can you repeat
Miss Alice before you?
Oh, I'm not finished yet. I want to talk to you guys about
Ms. Thompson.
Yes, hi.
You mentioned DACL. Are those the same people that allow you to move into a residence where you're paying for the paying to own the place, and every time you pay your rent?
No.
DACL?
No, DACA is the Department of Aging and Community Living.
Oh, you don't know about the other DACA, the place that does that?
No, I don't. Now, some places that sounds like
14th Street.
That sounds like rent with option to buy.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but that's not
DACCA DACA.
Oh, I'm not familiar with them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, so be careful about that.
That's NACA.
What is it?
NACAA. NACA. Starts with an N.
NACA.
Yeah, not DACA.
They're not part of.
Sorry about that.
They're not part of the DC.
No, absolutely not. No, we don't have any kind of housing, none whatsoever.
Hello, can I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm so glad. All right, so maybe you've talked about this before.
Okay.
I want to make sure I'm absolutely clear. Okay. My son has the EPA waiver. He has a disability.
Yes.
Okay. I own a house.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't leave it to him because he's not mentally able to run the house.
Right.
And
so when you got to the EPD waiver, was this expressed to them?
No, I didn't know I had to.
Well, I would suggest that how long has he been on the program?
He's been on the program maybe about a year.
Okay, so what you need to do, you need to email Chris D. Young, because he can help you with that. He's like the director of SHIP. You need to talk to Chris D. Young, because some of these questions.
Do you have a phone number?
Yeah, I had given out that number, but let me give you an email address.
Okay.
202-727-8370.
Yeah, that's a SHIP, and I'll give you
727-8370.
Right.
That's
and then this is the email for SHIP. It's ship.daca@dc.gov, and on the second line you could put Chris. Hold on for 1 second. And ask him that question, because he's the specialist in that.
Okay.
Hold on for a minute. Wait a minute. 1 second.
Okay.
So his email is Christy Young, but I can't put it on the screen. Let me put
it would be easier if I call.
Not necessarily.
Really? Okay.
Because that's a helpline number. It's better for that type of question to put it in an email. Okay.
Yeah.
So hold on for a minute.
Sure.
I have his email address if you would like.
Okay. Here's his email address. It's Chris, CHRIS .D.Young at DC.gov.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Chris, CHRIS .D.Young, all one word, D Young, at DC.gov. And so you want to email ship, but you want to send it, you want to have his name on it too. Anything that has his name on it, he sees and he responds right away.
Okay, the other question I have is, okay, so I get QMB.
Yes.
Are they going to come after my house or income from? Is that part of Medicaid?
QMB?
Yeah.
QMB doesn't go after your house. You qualify for QMB because you were at the income that Medicaid would pay for it.
Okay.
The only thing with the EPD waiver, I don't know what they told you, so therefore I can't answer that.
Okay,
it's better for them to give you the true facts on. I don't even want to guess on it. I don't know.
Okay.
I just know that. How old is your son?
He's 26.
Yeah, so you need to ask them about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Leek? Oh,
yes.
Well, I think Mr. Leek wanted to speak. Yes, Mr. Leek.
Yes, I'm interested in rental assistance. Am I in the right place to get that? To listen about that?
No, we don't do anything with rental assistance. What you can do, you can call our call center number, and they will tell you where you can reach out to obtain rental assistance. And that call center number is 202-724-5626.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
All right. And so call them because we don't do rental assistance. Okay. We don't do housing, period. Okay.
Okay.
You're welcome. Any more questions?
Miss Alice?
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Miss Alice? Hi.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. I applied for the QMB probably in 2018, the end of 2018, just before the pandemic hit.
And you never heard?
Oh no, I got approved.
Okay.
I got approved, but you said that it takes about 2 months before you get a refund because I'm a retired federal employee. So they were taking it out of my annuity. So
okay,
it took about 6 or 7 months.
Well, that could be because it was federal. It probably been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could be, but you did end up getting it.
I did get it.
Did they give you 6 months worth of?
Yes. Yes.
So it's a win-win.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's awesome.
And one other thing, I have a family member. She's in her 60s, and I understand that they're going to get to all the seniors eventually. But can she contact DACL?
What did Teresa say? No, she cannot. Not right now.
Okay.
They are going to. What they're doing is she sick, shut in? Is she receiving home delivered meals?
She is. Well, she does have cancer, and she's getting treatments. She's in a senior building.
Talk to Teresa and see what she could do. Now, somebody asked me a question. What does QMB mean? It means Qualified Medicare Beneficiary Program.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for saying it was great, Miss Yvonne Smith. So,
no,
folks.
That's Brenda.
No. Somebody else.
Okay.
I'm reading a message.
Oh, okay.
No, I see you, Brenda.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So look. We are past our time and past I haven't really finished giving you all of our services because we've had about 100 questions. So let me do this real quick. If you need to, and then I'll answer questions. If you need to apply for Medicaid or SNAP benefits mean food, folks, right? You call our number, 202-724-5626. That's the call center, and they will handle it on the telephone. Okay?
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you know anything about getting your driver's license renewed?
You have to go down to the Department of Motor Vehicle. How old are you, sir?
I think I'm 76.
76 means that you're going to have to go to an ophthalmologist. Ophthalmologist has to say that your vision is good, but you need to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles to get the paperwork because
yes, ma'am. But the thing is, they're telling me that there's no longer driver's license renewal. You have to do the whole thing, get your driver's road test, written test, medical test, proof of residence. And my driver's license expired during the pandemic, and they just started, you know.
So they're telling you that they can't renew you?
They said there's no such thing as driver's license renewal anymore. There's no form to receive. I have to do the whole thing again.
So you had to take the test over and
the road test, the written test, medical exam, and 3 proofs of residence. And I'm at the second residence.
That's what you're going to have to do because I'm going to tell you, the Department of Motor Vehicles, they don't back down from what they require. So that's what you're going to have to do.
So you know for a fact there are no forms for the renewal?
I don't know. I really don't know because that's the Department of Motor Vehicles. They told you.
Nobody, like if your driver's license expired like in May or June, there's no forms to renew your driver's license.
But you should not.
You have to start all over again.
Yeah, you're not supposed to let it expire. That's why they give you almost 10 years with a expiration date. And honestly,
my license.
You should not have let it expire. So that means you
It was during the pandemic it expired.
Oh, but mine was during the pandemic, and I had to get out there. You still have to go.
Yes, but ma'am, they were closed. The motor vehicle place, there was nobody there.
Which one did you go to? Because I went to.
I went by the one on Rhode Island Avenue.
I went to that one too.
There was nobody there last year.
I went last year, but I guess you have to know what day they were going to be there because they were not there every single day.
Yes,
but
that's bad news, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
get a medical exam and get my license renewed.
Right.
Pay them $75 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm back in business again. They're telling me I got to start all over with everything.
You got to do everything all over again. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. To take the road test now, it's a whole lot harder than it was when you took it. You got to know those signs real well now. It's quite different. So I would say start studying.
Yes, ma'am. They won't give you paper books anymore.
Well, go online and see what they have. Go online and
yes. Well, I'm crippled. I can't use this thing. You get the Department of Aging gave me this iPad, you know, and I got little pieces of it, bits and pieces of it put together.
But do you have any young people in your household?
No, ma'am. I'm a single person, and I don't have people.
Oh, so maybe go to the library. Go to the library.
The library will have the book.
Mr. Curry, you have to make friends with a young person. They will help you.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Go to
the library.
Person, it's a give and take.
Yes, ma'am.
Go to the
library.
library.
The eye test you're going to do every 6 months.
Yeah, go to the library.
Okay.
And somebody will help you. The library will help you. A librarian will help you.
Will.
They will help you.
Mr. Curry.
And look.
Yes, ma'am.
On Tuesday, they have Take It Tuesday. You just can go in any Tuesday. You don't need an appointment.
at Martin Luther King Library, and they will help you.
See how helpful she is?
The driver's test?
No.
I don't know. Anything you need to know, any extra work you need with your iPad on Tuesdays between 11 and 12:30, no appointment, Martin Luther King Library. I don't know about the others. I can only speak for Martin Luther King Library.
No, Martin Luther King Jr. Library is downtown. It's on 9th Street, yes.
Yes, oh, that's the one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the big one.
Thank you.
Make new friends, make young friends.
Yes.
Yes, I think I need to do that.
So we are well past our time. So I'm going to ask Teresa if I can come back next month, because I know I must have had 100 questions, and I still have 6 more slides to go. Wow. Teresa, are you still on, Teresa?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get rescheduled back into
check with my calendar. Let me check my calendar and see what Tuesdays are available.
Yeah, because it was quite a few questions.
Thank you so much.
And I hope everybody was pleased and you got a lot of questions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Teresa.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alice.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Yes, Teresa.
Okay. Well, I want to say thank you for your very informative information.
Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Thank
you. Having you a second time.
Yes. Okay. So you could just let me know when. Okay.
Yes.
But we're 15 minutes past, and I know that it has dropped from 76 down to 57. So I know it's time to stop. Okay, folks. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Be safe now.